Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name's Ant. Do subscribe, that would help a brother out. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, today we will be looking at bar chords, a few tips and tricks about how you can conquer those and get your learning curve going like that. And because bar chords, when you first start, it's very frustrating and very difficult. So I have a few tips and tricks that will help you conquer that and get you playing those bar chords in no time. All right, enough talk, let's zoom in and check it out. Okay guys, we are doing bar chords today. I'm going to start with the E major shape bar chord, which is this one. If I play it there, because that note there is the A, it is the A bar chord, A major bar chord. If I move it down a whole step, it becomes the G major bar chord. And that is because that note there is a G. So really good to learn all the notes along your low E string, and that will help you with the roots and your working out where you go across the fretboard, up and down the fretboard. All right, so some tips and tricks to help you learn your bar chords. When you are learning your bar chords and practicing them, make sure you go through each note individually. So that they all sound good. There shouldn't be any funny noises like that. If there is, take your fingers off, put them back on, and try and, by trial and error, find which one is making that strange noise. And often it's a finger touching a string that it shouldn't be. Because in this chord, all the notes should be just the ones that are touched by your bar, and then just the ones that are touched by your other three fingers. And so they shouldn't touch any other notes or strings or the metal. And another tip is to make sure your thumb is pressed up against the back where your finger is to give it more leverage and more strength, because you have to push quite hard on that bar to be able to cover all the notes. So sometimes you need to move your hand forward a bit or backwards a bit to give more leverage to your fingers. So those are some of the things that you can play around with. And one more thing I would say is when you're putting your bar down, make sure you roll it towards the nut of the guitar. So you're sort of rolling it that way. And when I started, it wasn't making the right sound. So you take it off and put it back on again. And I found if I roll it that way a bit, it seems to get into the right position. So roll it that way. One thing I will mention about this chord, it is formed from the E major open chord there. So if you move that up to the 7th, it's the same shape, exactly the same shape, except you're barring the 5th. And these fingers take that E major shape. Now another bar chord that I use a lot, especially when I'm playing electric guitar, is this major shape here. If it's played there, it's E major. If it's played there, it's a D. If it's played there, it's a C. So the notes that you have to push down for this are the D, the G, and the B string. 1, 2, 3 there. It's the same as the E chord, so the shape is from the A major chord, taken right up here. But to get all those fingers squashed in between those frets is quite difficult, especially on an acoustic guitar. So instead of doing that, what you can do is get that finger, and you can just squash those 3 notes down, which does the same job. Don't play the high E string. You're focusing on those middle strings there. And that is your E major chord. And the next one is your D. That is your C. So if you just learn those shapes, those 2 major shapes, you've got a lot to choose for on the neck of the guitar, a lot on the fretboard, rather than just those plain open chord shapes, which incidentally can be moved up the neck as well. And I think one more thing that I will mention is the minor shape. That is the minor shape, which comes from the A minor shape there. So same concept as the other one, you're just barring, and instead of the E shape there, it's down like an A minor shape. So that is your minor. Hey guys, I hope that's been helpful with the bar chords to show you those tips and tricks. Just a few little tweaks to help you on your journey learning guitar and learning bar chords. Stick around, have a look at some of my other videos. I'm sure you'll find something to entertain you or educate you. And I love guitar and I love making music. Do subscribe for more videos. Thank you very much.